everybody, welcome back to my channel, Chatting with Chops. My name is Karen. I make fun, entertaining videos that might teach you a little something. Today we're going to talk about the things you need to do for vlogging before you ever pick up the camera. So think about these things, whether you just jump in and start doing whatever you want to do, or if you like to plan things a little bit more like I do. One of the first things we want to talk about, obviously, is none of the things you're going to hear about today have been sponsored or any funding or anything like that. These are just different things that I have picked up on or have been thinking about when I started my channel. So I just wanted to let y'all know, and always please like and subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I make another video. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is what are you going to vlog about? If you have what they call a niche or a corner on the market, if there's something about what you do that makes you have information that other people might not know about, like if you're a college student about to go off to college, you might have good information that is nice to share. Or I like to bake, so I have been sharing some of my recipes. Or if you travel, things like that. Think about something that makes you unique or different that might make your channel interesting to somebody else. Something else to think about, the second thing to think about is what kind of equipment do you currently have? Are you one of those kind of people who has income where you can say, okay, I'm going to start a new hobby and I'm going to buy lots of things? Or is it just you use what you have? I'm currently using a Canon Rebel 1100D, which is probably about 10 years old, but it works great for my videos so far. And then I'm just using a regular iPhone SE, the 2016 edition, and it's working really well for me too. But think about things that you might need, like a camera, or are you going to use your phone, or do you need a tripod? I just recently purchased a little tabletop tripod to kind of help me out, and it has a mount for your phone, so of course that was something I thought would be really helpful. But look at what you already have in the house, or what you've already could start using before you purchase anything. The third thing to think about is editing software. You're bound to have things that you're going to make mistakes on, or you're going to be talking and you get too long-winded, or there's a mistake or something that you're going to need to take out, or some great additions, like you might want to put titles or add some different pictures in it. There's just not one front to back kind of video, so you're going to need some editing software. Unfortunately, a lot of the software that's out there now takes a lot of it takes a really nice computer to be able to use it. I was thinking about using the DaVinci 16, but it takes a really good computer, which I do not have. I have an older desktop computer and an even older laptop. So I found something that comes with Windows 10 is Windows Editor. I think it's called Windows Video Editor. And right now it's working great. I don't do any editing or any design work in my job, or have never been really interested in that, so I've never learned how to do it. I haven't taken a class or anything like that. So you kind of have to figure out what will work for you. If you just decide, okay, well, this is something I'm great at, or maybe that's part of what you want to do with your vlogging, is learn how to use some new editing software. So just kind of go out there and look and see what's out there, what might interest you. If you're a super beginner on these kind of things, then maybe try the Windows Video Editor. It's very minimal compared to some of the other editing software that's out there. It has a few things that you can do, but it doesn't obviously have the huge bells and whistles that some of the other software has. The fourth thing to talk about is time constraints and where are you going to shoot. If you're super busy, you really are going to have to look for the time to video, and it takes a lot longer than you think it would. You might think, oh, okay, well, I can just shoot a video for 30 minutes on a Saturday. Well, you still have to have time to edit it, and you need to have time to upload it, and potentially spend some quality time on your video. So just think about when you want to do something, where you're going to shoot. Are you going to shoot your video at your house? Are you plan if it's going to go on a trip with you? What kind of things you might shoot while you're on that trip? I don't agree with maybe having a script. If you want that, that's great. I usually do a little outline of things that I'm going to talk about, but just to kind of keep me on target so that I'm not what kind of thing. But that comes into the next thing to talk about is navigating design. I talked about it a minute ago with the editing software, but there are some things that you're going to have to think about with starting a channel with YouTube. If that's what you're planning on doing with your videos, is putting it on YouTube. How to create on a computer. If you've never done design work, some of us have like tinkered with it a little bit, but your channel is gonna, if you have a channel, you're gonna have channel art at the top. So you're gonna need something that goes on the top, and if you want to have a logo, or something that identifies your channel, even if it's just a picture of you, or your channel name is your name. You need to think about how you want to approach that. I mean, because especially if you have a common name, there'll be lots of channels out there, so it might be hard for people to find, you're John Smith as opposed to lots of other John Smiths. You can also do watermark and thumbnails, but think about all the different things that go along with having your own channel. Basically, I didn't want to use my name because I just figured, well, there's probably several Karens out there, and there seems to be some memes about Karens right now, and since I don't really fit into those memes, I didn't want to go down that path, and so I came up with Chatting with Chops and have been using that as my name. As far as like watermarks and thumbnails, those are things that you can use. There's some good free software out there. You have to be cautious though, because sometimes with free software they want to put their own watermark on it because they want you to buy their software. I found a free software that's been working for me right now called Canva.com, and I'll put the links down in the description box below so you'll be able to find what I'm talking about. But it has free software, and some of the like templates that they have in it show how to make a thumbnail or make channel art, or how to create a watermark. YouTube is pretty intuitive once you get into it, but that brings me to the next thing we're going to talk about, is actually setting up your YouTube channel. When you actually go to upload a video, you need to have your channel already set up. So there's lots of questions you need to think about before you ever even actually set it up. And then once you've got all of that stuff set up, then you would actually go in and upload your video. Well, there's lots of questions that they ask you before you can actually even upload the video. Your video is going to need a title. You're going to want a thumbnail. I keep seeing all these videos that talk about thumbnails are just huge, because think about when you get on YouTube, there's 9 billion videos that you can watch, and what's going to grab your attention and interest you to watch. So the thumbnail is sometimes what will grab your viewer and make them interested in watching your video. There's also a big thing on there of whether your videos are for kids or not, and that kind of caught me because there was a debate in my household about that, as far as was my videos for kids or not. Well, like my last video was about baking bread. Well, there was nothing about that video that wouldn't be appropriate for young children. But YouTube describes it a little bit easier, that if it's for a general audience, you don't have to click it that it's for kids. What they mean when they say, is this for children or not? Clicking not for children doesn't mean that you're using curse words or you'll have inappropriate things in your video. It just means it's not specifically focused towards children. Like you're not showing a puppet show, or you're not having learning about the alphabet kind of videos. It's okay for children, and that's why if you read the description, it talks about if your videos are for the general audience, then it's okay to, just put not for kids, but it's not focused for children. And then of course there's a box for each video that you put the description about the video. I've hoped you've kind of gotten a few tips. I tried to keep this video really short. I know that most times you don't want to just sit here and listen to somebody talk. You want to see something cool or different or interesting. But I just wanted to give some basic questions to think about before you ever pick up the camera. So you kind of feel a little bit more prepared as you go forward, and it's not, oh yay, great, I've got this fabulous video I want to upload to YouTube, and then there's all these steps that you hadn't thought about, and now you have to wait and have to wait to upload your video. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I can't wait to talk to y'all again. Please put any future videos that you'd like me to do down in the comments section, and any suggestions that you might have for people just beginning vlogging. That includes me, so I'd love to hear about it and love to be able to share it maybe in future videos, and perhaps show you some of the items that I'm using, but I'm kind of hoping that I'll take you guys along with the journey with me. So thanks for watching, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Hey, just as a final note, I am going to put a description of the gear that I'm currently using down in the description box below, and I'll put links. Some of the stuff, like my camera, you might not be able to even buy anymore, but just wanted you to know what gear I'm using, and you'll probably see future pictures of the stuff. So thanks for watching.